Hello and welcome to the Leeds podcast. My name is Rocco and I am delighted to be joined by Dave Tomlinson.
Hello!
And Robert Endeacott.
Evening.
How are we doing, boys?
We're doing
Happy?
all right.
No, Rocco, not
No.
happy and not very warm either. Anyway, other than that,
No.
yeah, brilliant. Thanks, mate.
Have you been muraling today?
Muralising, come on. Yeah, this
Muralising.
Muralising, yeah. That's banned.
Brilliant. Well,
That's banned in certain countries. Yeah.
Well-
Bloody freezing and all, mate. Yeah.
I bet it's not been the nicest day for it. To paint Marcelo's beautiful face. Is it still Marcelo that you're finishing off with?
I varnished him yesterday. That's not
Oh,
allowed in
lovely.
certain countries as well. Yeah. Working on Jimmy Anfield. Sorry to interrupt. I'm working on Jimmy
No,
Anfield.
go, Jimmy Anfield.
Jimmy Anfield.
yeah.
Looks a bit more like Jimmy Legfield at the moment, but we'll get there.
Well, yeah, two men of many talents, I would say. Two fellow best-selling authors, of course. Yeah, I mean, do you want to introduce yourselves a little bit? You're the faces. You're heading up the Wilko 92 campaign, which we're going to talk about in detail. But should we start with you, Rob? Do you want to tell the listeners a little bit about yourself? You have been on before, friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show, yeah. If allowed back, thank you. I'm just in case, I was a bit worried. Done a few books, looking forward to imminent release of Eddie Gray's Leeds, which is a book I've written with Eddie Gray, surprisingly enough. And that's due out mid-December, so I will be
Wonderful.
promoting that big time, I think. But yeah, really looking forward to it. But my life since been taken over really by mural painting over last year. And
How did you get into it? What made you start?
well, I originally did a mural inside Elland Road 25 years ago. It was called 18 of the Best, which was really just my favourite 18 players across the ages. Leeds players, obviously, in a sort of team photo scenario. It wasn't brilliant, but I did it all on my own, and it took 2 weeks out of my life, and I was absolutely knackered. And that was in the Ridsdale days. But to cut a long story short, the first week I was painting it was the week when the two lads got murdered in Istanbul. So
Really?
so that was quite traumatic and dramatic and all sorts, and obviously the consequences went on for a long time. And Ridsdale was great regarding the murals, and he wanted me to do more, but after that we both really went quiet. It was just wasn't
Yeah.
something I was interested in at all. And then my season ticket is in the East Stand nowadays, which is where that original mural was. So I kept looking at it, and I thought, cool, mates of mine, Johnny and Paul, I said, you should do it again. If you want to see what the club says. Anyway, the club were pretty welcoming. This was Angus Kinnear about 8 years ago. So we've done a load. Me, Johnny, and Paul Kent done a load more. But I repainted the 18 of the Best, which is now 19 of the Best. And it's a real heartwarmer.
Who got added?
Oh yeah, and cut one bastard out. Sorry.
Ah.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Anyway.
Good decision.
Yeah, and it genuinely is quite a proud moment every time I'm at a Leeds game, walking up them horrible 59 flights of stairs. It feels like
You made them a bit less horrible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've really enjoyed doing it. We're proud of what we've done, and there's always people taking photos of the murals and selfies with the murals. So that's
I've
great.
got one.
And then I
I've
moved
got one
outdoors.
with me and my mate and a
effectively.
load of policemen in front of 18
great
of
guy
the
called Andy
Best.
Taylor.
I'll send you
Owns
it.
the land opposite
Is there a
Billy's
story
Bar.
there, Rocco?
It's between the Peacock pub and the subway.
No, it's all very friendly.
outlet. And
And
a
Dave,
big wall there. And I
you
emailed him
also
and said, look,
Writing
Yeah.
books for some time.
give me a
You've got
chance
the
and I'll show you
incredible
what I can do, sort of
database
thing.
as well,
And,
Mighty
that's
Mighty
over a
Leeds.
year ago. And I've
Rob
been
doesn't like
there
me
ever
talking
since.
about it.
Got big plans
Jealous.
for it and done some big
No,
murals
he
as
just
well.
thinks
Yeah,
it's
great,
irrelevant,
great
you
fun.
see, 'cause he's-
Gets a bit nippy now.
He has to be just a purist author, you see. But look, he's frozen on
course.
screen in a minute. Anyway,
I've lost.
serial Leeds author
you're both
trying to rival
frozen.
you. We've got this race to the top, haven't we? Around
Yeah.
it. But it feels like the last year, this Wilko 92 has taken over, and now we're going to. Oh, where's he gone? It's absolutely taken over, but it still feels like there are about 15 jobs at the minute. So I was up at 4 this morning, doing various things, interviewing Gary Hampson for a forthcoming book. Really interesting
Okay.
guy. And I don't know where I am at the minute because I'm just tired all the time.
Yeah, I know. It must be busy. And obviously, yeah, doing a Leeds fairly recently released as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've almost, I don't know, have you been promoting it much? I've not seen too much. You, like you say, you just seem to be, just giving your all into Wilko at the moment.
Well, it's just social media on Wilko.
Yeah.
It's just difficult. I mean, it's at the minute, Pitch have done a fair decent job in terms of pushing it, and it looks like it's in the Leeds bestsellers. So I haven't really had to do anything. I was going to do something in the new year, to be honest. But
yeah,
you know what it's like when you've written the book. It's like 6 years ago, but it's like current for people now.
Yeah.
It's just deciding what to do.
No, good. Well, we'll talk a bit more about the book a bit later, but
No problem.
I wanted to first, talk about obviously the campaign and what sort of what triggered you to start it, and well, I mean, I know for a fact that it's going fantastically well, and you've got a really exciting night coming up. But yeah, firstly, at the beginning, whose idea was it? Was it one of you two, or did someone suggest it to you?
I don't think we'd better say that, Rob, have we? But it was born, actually, or I remember having a conversation on the evening of the Pitch Writers Association last November. So I had my collar felt, and then we started doing stuff probably January, February, and then it took off through May last year. We had the launch in June. And it's just surprising. You've got some people really going to town in terms of putting money up. I had, first day we launched, this guy was offering to... he got a bet on us to win the championship, and he's putting all his winnings into this.
Really?
Yeah. And, the first night when the website went live, I was actually customer service responses all night. And I was going, I'm never going to be able to manage this. And it's been pretty hectic ever since.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I'm glad to hear it, and it's fully deserved because, I mean, you guys are putting in a hell of a lot of work, a lot of organising, but yeah, the club have come on board as well, which is fantastic. Was it a bit of work to get them on board, or were they more than happy?
Rob, do you want to talk about your experience with Mr. Kinnear and where we went around with that?
Kinnear?
Well, it started off with Angus in the old days before we actually started. Then, yeah. You've had the discussion with Angus, and he seemed to be supportive. Then it all went quiet, and we finally got in. Really, we've been, I suppose the word's courting up, stalking up for the last 3-4 months, but we finally got there. But it's hard work doing stuff in partnership.
Yeah, it's just, I got told off almost in front of an audience in the Peacock when we had the sort of launch event. I got told off by a certain ex-Leeds player who was there because I was trying to explain to the lovely people there. I said, look, some people criticise Leeds United AFC for not getting on board quickly enough, but I was actually defending them. I said, but they are in. Yeah. Before I could say it, this ex-professional just jumped in and says, stop you there. We are very much...
Snozzy.
Don't give it away. Australian left back. Don't give it away. And so it's like... I look like the bad guy all of a sudden when I was doing my best. The club were always overloaded, I think, with work and requests and things like that. And I think also, I don't think it's saying too much, but we found out as well soon into this sort of campaign, there is another group trying to get a few statues built in or around Elland Road. I mean, we're not rivals or anything like that, but nevertheless, it is another party doing it. But they're trying to achieve it by other fashion, really, whereas we're trying to get the funds to fund it, just like we did.
The funds to fund
exactly,
it.
Just like we did with the Don Reevy statue, which was a fantastic achievement by the fans, and this is what we like. And then when you do a fan-led thing like this, there are always going to be criticisms of the club saying, why aren't the club funding it all? And then you think, well, okay, but it's not really realistic. It's not exactly the point either. I mean, if you're going to just expect the club to build statues of every legend or icon or man of achievement, then it won't just be Howard, will it? There'll be loads and loads and loads and loads, and we haven't got enough stands to name players after either. So I think it's great. I think I'm very proud, always will be proud of what we achieved with Don Reevy statue, and hoping to achieve similar with the Howard Wilkinson statue. And the great thing as well, obviously that's about 15 years ago, is the Reevy statue. This is obviously in more modern times, even though it sounds a bit silly to say it. So a lot of things, technology is improved, and we've got experience in it. And also, I think it's fair to say that it's easier to demonstrate to the fans and the people who contribute in funds, etc., that here are all the records. Transparency is the key, and we've got all that. And I joined basically because I was asked to join the Wilko 92 thing, but I didn't just jump at the chance because I wanted to have a good think about it. And I looked at the people involved. I thought, well, yeah, this is going to be fine. Like I say, transparency and good communication is the key, really, for me. And I think overall we get it. Certainly get it between me and Dave, which even though I suppose we are leading it, you don't really see us, and we're not there to be seen. It's more about the ex-players and things like that, helping out. But it's, that fella Dave is doing a fantastic job as well. He's got maybe 15 full-time jobs by the sounds of it.
Just feels like it. And it's worth saying, Rob, that thing about when we thought there was a chance with the other statues, we thought that the club might fund it incomplete. It was almost disappointing. I know I felt like at the time, based on what you'd said before about the Reeve.
Yeah.
This is about a journey, take people along, and it is about fans really owning it. And some of the stuff we've had through, fantastic. People are really up for this.
Yeah.
And to say we haven't really been able to push it with the club till quite recently, it's astonishing what we've got. Must have had 600 or 700 people contributing already in various ways, shape or form, and it's only going to grow. Yeah,
and I think I've said it a few times as well. I know it sounds possibly a little bit corny, but Leeds United FC would be nothing without Leeds United FC supporters. Yep. And I see that really with the campaign for getting a statue in tribute to Howard Wilkinson as well. I think it's the same thing. The Don Reeve statue. Yeah, okay, the club could have built the statue. They probably wouldn't have bothered because, we were under Bates then. We got a lot more respect about the place, I think, nowadays, and more professionalism about it. But in the end, Leeds United still will be nothing without the supporters. And as long as the club recognises that fact, I think it's great that the fans like us, and there's plumbing thousands of us, obviously, can get together and get something done and get something achieved like this statue, which is long overdue. But that's no criticism of the current people. It's just how circumstances have been over the last few years. We've had dodgy owners left, right and centre. And also, you're not going to get things achieved when there's so much turmoil off the pitch, when we're doing our best as the fans. But to follow the club, a statue is like an aside, but we're in a good place at the moment. And I think it's good timing as well.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's raining somewhere.
I know. I don't know where that's coming from. Hopefully James will work his magic on that on the edit. Now that the club are on board, is there an actual position for the statue defined, or is that something that's still under consideration?
I think they've said loosely their plan is for the overall stadium itself. I think they're saying, let's get this right, I think they're saying 2028, so it's actually 3 years off. They're talking about where the West Stand is, so there's quite a bit of development going on. So they've talked in there. We haven't got into firming that up, but that is the working assumption at the minute. Now, that meant that we're a 3-year programme rather than a 2-year programme. So we've got a little bit longer, and it's just, I suppose, keeping the impetus through. But that's the planning assumption that we're making. But a lot's going to depend on when they get their planning permission through, because that's been imminent. And I do understand in the consultation that was done, there's lots of requests for statues generally in that space.
Yeah. It'd be exciting, wouldn't it, to unveil the statue on the day that the new West Stand is open. That would be quite something.
Yeah, the Rocco Dean statue, can't we?
Well, moving swiftly on from that comment, tell us all about the evening that's coming up, 5th of December. Is that right?
Lunchtime. Come down. Lunchtime.
Okay. Do you know what? I'd absolutely love to be there, but I'm away with work and I don't get back until that Friday. But tell me all about it, because how many Leeds United legends come into this event?
So let's just do, because I'll lose track around this. So that week, there's Chelsea on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
There's Liverpool on the Saturday, right? So it's in one of the best weeks that we have.
Quiet week.
Now, Now, on the Wednesday when we play Chelsea, Howard's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame on the pitch at half-time in the Chelsea game. So that's happening anyway. Then on the Friday, so we've got lunchtime in the High Sense Lounge, at Elland Road in the East Stand. Now, at this stage, we've gone down the route of 20 legends, plus Howard. There are also some other guest stars. Say, for instance, we've got Alan Sutton, but we've not pegged him as a legend, so there will be other people coming along. Now, we've announced, I think, 13 of the legends. We're still firming up the others at this stage, and people are saying, well, it's getting a bit late, isn't it? Yeah, well, some of this is quite difficult because it's about getting the right set of people, but we've got so far, try and remember these. So we've got Gordon Strachan, we've got Lucas Radiby, we've got Tony DeRigo, John Newsom, Mel Sterland, we've got Carlton Palmer, Simon Grayson, Andy Cousins, Andy Williams, Imre Verardi. Did I say Simon Grayson wrong?
Yeah.
Did I?
Simon Grayson,
I'm rambling
Rob.
now. Let's think. Yes. Eddie Gray, of course. And we'll talk a little bit about Eddie. I think I'm running a bit dry. How many was that, Rocco? Were you counting?
God, no, I wasn't. It's a great list regardless.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's going to get better.
We've also got, because it's also this thing where people have gone into the Hall of Fame, there's plenty of surprises and there's some exclusive prints. So, for instance, we've got this really nice one where John Giles, we were hoping to get him over, but he can't make it. But there's lots of people contributing this, etc., going through. And it's literally, we will have 20, but we're not sure who they are at the minute. And we're just working that through. Tickets, probably 2/3, 3/4 gone. So there's still a couple of weeks before we get there, but there are spaces. But it's going to be a fantastic night, absolutely fantastic night.
Afternoon.
If it's anything like the last one we did with the Bradford do, it's going to be really hard work. Yeah, but it's going to be go through to the evening, Rob.
But it's not though, is it, Dave? It's not though, David, is it?
What time does it start?
Because Luscos have got their due.
12:30.
You get kicked out.
12:30. 12:30.
Okay.
12:30. Have I said that?
Yeah, in the afternoon, Dave, yeah.
In the afternoon.
Brilliant. Yeah.
It's going to be great.
And so, and is it a lunch?
Yeah, it's a lunch. So, 3-course lunch.
Well, you could call it supper if
And
you
again,
want,
we're
but
going
it's still
through
lunch.
that. We're trying to work out vegetarian, vegan, and all that stuff. And it's like, it's so hard. Some of the things you find out. But yeah, 3-course lunch. But there's going to be stacks of memorabilia. There's going to be stacks of videos and the stuff going on round us. There's going to be lots of things to buy. But it's really about having these guys in the room. It's I genuinely, I can't remember any other event this many. And some people you haven't seen. Like, it's amazing that we've got Radiby in this space, particularly as he's now an ambassador.
Amazing. Yeah, but probably be the biggest gathering like outside of the centenary celebration. It's amazing. Don't know how you've pulled that off. It's an absolutely phenomenal effort. So yeah, well done to you.
Charm, Rocco.
Teamwork.
Yeah,
And charm.
yeah. Well, so talking about Wilko, because we should really talk about him, really, and you know, his legacy. I mean, so I've been musing about whether his title win or Thorpe Arch are his greatest legacy. I think it's a difficult question to answer. What do you two think? I'll start with you, Dave.
Okay. I think in here, I'd say it's the change he made to football in general. So the championship and what we did there, what happened at Leeds is part of it. But it was also what happened to English football and the revolution that happened, because we forget sometimes. He was, bridging it between pre-Premier League and Premier League. The professionalisation of the administration, the involvement of the League Managers Association, all that, and what he did for English football. So we talked all the way through this to him and talked about it. But for him, the legacy is about education, development of players and treating them as adults, all that stuff. He prides himself on the Charter for Quality and what he did there. But it's difficult to pin him down to talk about himself because he doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe anyone's interest. I've told this story many, many times. I won't bore you again, but he said, who's going to be interested in this 30 years on? I was just doing my job. Yeah. Wish about more people did their job, Rocco.
Yeah, exactly.
Turned up on time for a video cast.
What do you think, Robert?
Legacy, I think it's Thorpe Arch, actually. But achievements, I'm going to put cat amongst pigeons and say it's his Division 2 championship, actually.
Yeah.
For me, personally, it was certainly because I never thought it was going to happen. I really didn't. And it was 8 years and it felt like 80 in the second division. It was just honestly, some people might find it hard to believe, but the last 16 years that we had before Bielsa got us up didn't feel half as bad as the 8 years that we had under Eddie and Billy Bremner and then finally Wilko. So that achievement of promotion, I think just everything's just looked so grim, playing rugby league on the pitch all that time, and the pitch looked horrible, the stadium was ramshackle, and this was once, not so long before, a proud place to be, and the pitch was acclaimed all over football. It was one of the best in the game. And then look at us in the 80s, we were just a shoddy impersonation of ourselves, and it was horrible. It hurt. It personally pained me to have to go to watch them, just knowing that we weren't going to get what we all yearned for, and that was a bit of a success. And then when we thought we were possibly going to get it, they probably sacked the manager at the time, either Eddie or Billy. And then when we got Wilko in from Chef Wednesday, he wasn't even Bill Fotherby and Leslie Silver's first choice, strangely enough. Nevertheless, I'm not bigging myself up because I know
who it was.
I could tell you who the others were, but I'm not going to. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But when he came here, I wasn't the only one who thought he's going to do it because the board will back him, and they did very well. And we should never forget that. Fotherby and Silver did worked wonders, but Howard's achievement and signing people like Strachan and, that first, halfway through his first season, just about, I think. In fact, it was March 89, wasn't it? I think. Anyway, yeah, but the signings he made and the fact that he just got the team focused and he got rid of the deadwood almost, you could say. Certain players were slackers, I think that's fair to say at the time. And he just got everybody, aiming for the same cause sort of thing, and making sure they're playing for Leeds United, keep fighting spirit, etc., etc. No individuals. Teamwork was the key, and he was a hard manager at times. There's no doubt about that. And some of the players probably wouldn't say too much kindly about him, but nevertheless, he did what he had to do for the club, and it worked wonders. So that promotion was fantastic. Then the 4th place finish in Division 1 that first season back. I mean, that's astonishing. I mean, it's not going to happen again, I don't think. Despite us all hoping it would do, under Bielsa, for instance. But and then the league title was just amazing as well. But according to Ferguson, anyway, they lost it rather than we won it, didn't they? But Gary McAllister's got a nice story about that as well. Which, what did he call Ferguson? Old Blue Nose, I think.
Red Nose.
Live on
Very
iTunes.
good.
Yeah, live on iTunes. Yeah. But I think Thorpe Arch is a fantastic legacy because obviously it's still there and it's still helping produce some great footballers for Leeds United. And let's hope it continues and let's hope we don't sell them all.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? The age-old worry. Yeah, so I've written a book about.
Have you?
92,
You've written a book?
Yeah, I've written a book. Me,
15, have you now?
Yeah, only 6, and so this book is all about 86. This book's all about the 92-93 season, where they had a shocking season. Obviously, it's just an account of that. But if you took that season out of it, or even better yet, if you take out the title win, really, the progress that Wilkinson made, like it did continue, and it was, 2 or 3 years later, they were exactly where the club needed to be. They were, 3rd or 4th in the highest attendances. Elland Road was selected for the Euros. Like, it's not going to be this time around. He had elevated the club massively. We were playing in Europe, competing with the best, got a youth system that, they'd won the Youth Cup and the academy on the way. Like, everything was going so well up until, 1996, basically, and it all came crashing down. But I don't think he gets enough credit for steadying the ship and getting us back on course after that horrible defence of the title. Is that something that sort of annoys you too as well? Because, I just think that, and did it while selling all his best players. It's phenomenal.
Do you want to go, Rob?
Well, make sure that credit is given to Fotherby and Silver for getting Howard in the first place and for backing him full time. But I also think, let's be honest about it, they deserve criticism as well for how things sort of went on, including that defence if that's the right word, even of the title that season. Things went wrong, and I think they made some terrible decisions after that, and I don't think they were backing Howard enough either. And I think they probably did have disagreements, but I don't know. But the signings weren't great. The sales seemed to be rather mysterious, to say the least. And it just felt like things were falling apart after they'd worked so hard, after they'd all worked so hard to get things so stable again. But it's luck as well sometimes in football. But some of the signings, Brolin, Carlton Palmer, maybe, I don't know. I think as well, when Howard joined, he really impressed Fotherby and Silver, Leslie Silver especially, with the fact that he had a 10-year plan for the club. And unfortunately, I don't know, was it fair to sack him before he had a chance to actually fulfil that 10-year plan? I don't know, but I think some of it was fulfilled, no doubt about it. But yeah, just for a manager in those days to actually have a 10-year plan was probably something quite revolutionary, I think, and it did the club great, and it still is doing the club great. But I think it didn't end greatly, and I don't think he got enough support from the board and directors, etc. But yeah, 96 was a bad year and we sacked him. But let's not forget as well, there was a lot of chanting for him to go as well.
Yeah.
And I'd never do that, actually. But nevertheless, I probably thought it was time that they had a change. And they did well as well, chose his replacement very well. But it still always leaves a bit of a sour taste in the mouth when we get rid of a manager, especially one who'd done so much for us as well. But anyway.
Yeah. It's horrible to think, because I wasn't at Wembley for that 96 final, but, reading Wilkinson's words, what he said at the time, it's almost heartbreaking to think that he had to go through that, that walk back down the Wembley tunnel, the longest walk of his life, worst day professionally of his life. To be treated like that, it's tough. And just because, we were on a bad run, it's cruel, isn't it? Dave, you've wrote an amazing book about Wilkinson's whole tenure. Yeah, what did you think in terms of the aftermath of the title, how things went at the club?
Well, he struggled to explain what happened that first year. So if you've done it, well done. But he really couldn't put his finger on it. I went through all the stuff, the standard stuff. Couldn't put his finger on it. It just happened. It happens sometimes. One of the worst title defences after. But you're right. Remember after that, fourth, fifth, whatever, they were in the top 5 all the way through. And I remember last but one season, start of the year, we were top. First 3-4 weeks, we were top. Bowen, unbelievable. African Cup screwed us up. Bad buy with Brolin, went off. End of the season, poor. But, it's a short-term issue. Then, though, having sold the club to Caspian, that was always going to change till he's on borrowed time.
Yeah.
And I think he really regrets that. I think also, in retrospect, Leslie Silver also regrets that because it stopped them achieving what they both wanted. And Wilkinson talks about his legacy in the Champions League side. That was the product of what he set up, exactly what he wanted to. But he refused to see, when I spoke to him about it, he refused to see David Lowlear exploiting that. He just saw it as that was the thing to do. And it was fantastic. But I think you're right, whoever said it about this thing, it was a disgrace what they did. You took away his dignity. And this guy deserved. This is a fantastic manager, and he's so humble when you meet him. You won't believe how humble he is. He doesn't believe it. And he just still says, I was just doing my job. And he sees it like that. Achieving the title from nowhere with the players he had, a team, as opposed to these bloody millionaires up the road that just put it together, bought whatever they wanted, spend millions. That's management. That's management.
Yeah.
I'm proud. I'm proud for that, what was done. I'm proud for what we're doing for Howard.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need to remember, exactly what he did. And the legacy is what he's done for thousands of Leeds fans, giving them that memory still.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I mean, talking of the 10-year plan, that's why I think it's just spectacular. The fact that it came to fruition literally bang on 10 years. That was when all the players came through, and he mentioned it in his last in his last programme notes on the Man U game. Like, he mentions the fact that, we've now got this young squad of the players who are going to be trained in the Leeds way we want them to play. And it's exactly what came to fruition. But then, well, we did a Leeds, Dave, and you've wrote a great book about it.
Behind it there. So it was this thing about, for me, I like writing this history almost, and I've got a Ken Bates one on the tracks, but we'll talk about that another
nice.
time. But this was, I contacted a lot of the Leeds United Supporters Trust chairman. They told me what it was like on the inside. I get as fascinated by all that stuff, by the off-field stuff. Some of the things that were going on, and some of the stories you hear, and it was just what I always struggle with, is why did people do what they did? Why did Ridsdale go down this route of believing this publicity? How did people let it get away with it?
Yeah.
And it's just, it was a classic corporate failure, but at the same time, fantastic football. Champions League, fantastic. What O'Leary produced, and people got their own views about O'Leary, but it was absolutely fascinating going through this, and fascinating to hear some of the stories. An interview with Michael Ricketts, who was born 30 yards over there, literally, from where I'm sat right now. Michael Ricketts.
What a signing he was as well. Do you know when we signed Ricketts?
No.
I thought we were going to walk the league. We had Ricketts and Joachim up front, and I thought there was no stopping us.
And Dino, look, the three ideal Dino for England. Come on.
Oh dear me. Yeah, Rob, how did you find that O'Leary period? I don't think we've ever spoke about it. I mean, it was obviously magical when it was all going well, but I don't know, who do you blame? Do you blame O'Leary? Do you blame Ridsdale? Is it just literally a combination?
Yes to both. I blame them both. Genuinely, I blame them both. And I think, I think other directors certainly probably didn't cover themselves in glory either at the time. Ridsdale, in some respects, a great man, but also made some really bad mistakes. Timing was terrible. Can't blame him for that. ITV Digital, I think it was. Anyway, everything fell through, didn't it? It just collapsed financially. Everything went wrong that could do. It was a perfect storm. Unfortunately, we were victims of the perfect storm. But then you
still are, really, aren't we?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, and damn right, mate. Obviously, people came to extort. People like Bates, extort the situation, exploit the situation, whatever you want to call it. I think we had they were acting like two big kids, Ridsdale and O'Leary, and, O'Leary says, I want him. And Rids says, yeah, okay. And that's it. But have a think about it. And then later on, when everything came crashing down, they both blame each other. And you're thinking, well, you're both to blame. Just fucking grow up. Yeah. And it's a shame. It's a shame. And I know O'Leary, I've no problem with O'Leary. He took advantage professionally in a great way of what had been set up for him with some brilliant youth players and the whole system. Howard had set things up brilliantly. George Graham had come in, done a great job as well. Obviously, he left under a bit of a cloud, but that's life. That's football. And O'Leary stepped in and, took full advantage of what was there for him, which is brilliant. He deserves credit for that as well. But then they both ruined it for themselves and for the club. Yeah. O'Leary and Ridsdale, it's ridiculous, really. You think about it. And to hark back to when I was doing the mural, obviously the disgraceful events in Istanbul, Ridsdale acted like a man of great honour, and can never forget that. And I got a lot of time for him in that respect. But as a professional chairman or whatever, I think some people need to sort of grow up and own up to things. That, okay, I made a mistake. Instead of saying we lived the dream, like we supporters had something to do with it. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. It's very sad times, and it's just a shame. But we're back now, aren't we? And
are we?
Yeah. I did say a question, so let's see, mate. It's almost like history could be repeating itself. Come on, lads, don't let it happen again. Sort it out. I don't know.
What are you thinking? Are you Farker out or are you Farker in? That's the question people want answering, isn't it?
Well, I don't. You know what? I don't really need to answer that. All I need to say, really, from my point of view, because no one gives a shit about my opinion, but something needs to change, and it needs to change quickly, doesn't it? Doesn't it, boys? Management or directors, whatever, something needs to change for the good. You need to sort it out. That's what you get paid a lot of money for, so get it sorted out. It's not up to me to say who to sack or who to sign, but you need to do better, don't you? Otherwise, we're going back down. Yeah. We're going back down, and then it's back to square one, and that's not a pretty square.
you think we've got enough, Dave, in the squad? Do you think this squad is a Premier League squad?
I don't think it is, but it was never going to be. I think the problem is they believe this thing about playing on the road, and they believe this thing in terms of defending it. Not good enough to defend for the whole game.
No.
I'm going up front. So it just depends what they do in January. But the question is, where will we be in January with this run coming up? I mean, we've got Villa, but then we've got a nightmare run.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, you hope, don't you? But it really depends what happens. I think it's around. If they change Farker, what difference would that make?
I know. I feel like whoever comes in will just try and do exactly what he's trying to do, to be honest. I'm worried. But then if we go and play well and beat Villa, then everyone's happy again, aren't they? But
well, it depends, Rocco. I mean, they said all along, we're hoping to earn enough points at home to keep us safe, and the odd result away is a bonus. And you can understand that. And I think I'm hoping we'll be in for a pleasant surprise against Villa and against Chelsea. And you never know, maybe even Liverpool. But the thing is, would that be just, one swallow doesn't make a summer sort of thing? Is it just going to paper over the cracks? I think it probably would do, just like it did when we beat Liverpool away on the Jesse Marsh. If we'd have lost that game, the word is that it would have been sacked. But instead we won it, God damn it. And, we had to put up with it for a lot longer after bringing him in. So if we do get sack Farker, then the board needs to be ambitious and brave, and they need to have a plan better than the previous incumbent.
Yeah, I think it's a bit... I don't like this idea of like the target is to get 1 point a game, the target is 16th, the target is to do well at home and lose away. Like, doesn't it just set a really shitty mindset? Like, I remember Bielsa saying, like, the target isn't to be the fourth worst team in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And like that, basically, we've just been harping on about it. That's what we want to do. And maybe it's realistic, but I don't know. I don't like it.
And
Sunderland... You go to win every game. In this season, so far, apart from Arsenal, we've said for a long period of time, apart from the Arsenal when we first started, we were competitive every game. I think we have some luck going against us, but it's now almost... We expect to lose. It just feels like we expect to lose. And this is about... You get stuck in. If you're going to lose, go down with some gusto.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have to say, though, I've been impressed by government, so really good signing.
Yeah,
been impressed by staff. Been impressed by a lot of them. I have been impressed by Calvert-Lewin, but it's not going. So what do we need to do to cause that to be different? I think Rob's right. We've got to find a way to just change this, because it can be self-fulfilling if we're not careful.
Yeah. Tricky spot, isn't it? And I wanted to mention your podcast, fellow podcasters as well. How many episodes are you in? Are you enjoying doing it?
Too many. I think the trouble is, Rob, when we go through, he does we do all that. Then I go away, spend all Sunday night doing all this.
Yeah.
It's destroying my
Nice and
Sunday
Reeve does it then. It goes against the name of the podcast. It's the opposite.
Nice and Reeve, see? So Rob, he got it right now. Nice and Reeve. He didn't used to say that, did he, Rob?
Rocco listens, mate. I mean, thank you. What was the book? First page. I get a mention on first page. That don't happen to you, Dave, does it? No.
So anyway, Robert. No, we love doing it because we find it funny, and it's like if other people like it as we go along, great. But this is because we enjoy doing it. And the trouble is, if he shut up, so I wouldn't have to keep interrupting, then we wouldn't have all the problems. I mean, sometimes it's like an old married couple, but he's the woman. He's the troublesome bastard. Sorry, Robert?
No response. He looks like he's got no response. Unless he's frozen again.
I know. Yeah. Sorry about freezing again. Yeah, this is the sort of shit I have to put with Rocco. You know what I mean? It's just pathetic, really. And he hasn't fucking paid me yet either.
This is the man that doesn't swear.
Yeah, but it's not our show. I swear like I want to on Rocco's show. It's all right. Anyway.
I can't keep the standard up, but, what can you do with rubbish like this?
No, you've made the best of what you can, I think. I like it anyway.
Yeah.
How patronising. Thank you very much, Rocco. What's your name?
I've got a statue coming, apparently.
Yeah.
We've a statue outside the new West.
We've got a theme tune. Have you, Rocco?
Yeah.
No, we don't, to be fair.
We've got professionals, haven't we, Robert? Professionals
David,
do our theme tune for us.
Not on screen, obviously, but...
Tell us about the book as well for the Wilko 92 campaign,
All right.
because that is something as well.
So we've written the words, Andrew Varley's photographs exclusively going through. Really interesting stuff. Andrew's been really helpful. It contains write-ups of all the matches all the way through, write-ups of all the players all the way through, but also some really great insights. So I interviewed Howard for some things that he's never said before. Wouldn't believe how much Howard swears behind the camera. He said he was doing an impression of, what's his face, Mick Hinnigan, but, you know, he was well into it. But some of the things that Howard tells us, because he likes us, he trusts us, etc., fantastic. So 96 pages, full colour. Coming out, we've now gone to print. It should be out the first week of December. So we will have copies with us at the 5th of December event, the lunchtime event, and we'll be selling those on an ongoing basis. We've done a print run of 1,000. We've got a lot already sold, but there's still plenty to go out. But this is unique. This is going to be signed by Howard, 10 members of the squad. There's also a range of other things that we're doing over a period of time, and we're going to use it as almost centerpiece for the events that we go on to in the new year. It's absolutely fantastic. I think it's great. Don't we, Robert?
Yes, Dave.
Yes, Dave. Yeah, that's right. That's how I've got it trained.
It's lovely. It's a lovely book, and very pleased and proud to be part of it. Simple as that. Really enjoyed working on it, and I'm hoping people will be equally impressed with it. Sorry, I'm losing track of my mind. Never mind it. I haven't had my tea yet.
It's past your bedtime.
I'm not had my tea yet.
Have you thawed out yet after all?
Yeah, I'm doing all right now, thanks. Yeah, burnt out. It's so bad, man. Honestly,
that's good.
Horrible. Yeah.
No more snow tomorrow.
I'm probably sacking it tomorrow. Honestly, it's even colder apparently. Anyway, so Jimmy Lakefield will have to wait.
That's good. And what about in the new year then? Is it more of the same? Anything big, or just?
Yeah. Well, what we've done purposely is not trying to arrange anything else. We wanted to concentrate, make sure this is right, and we think we've got the tone right there. But time will tell in the next couple of weeks. But from there, we've had a load of people expressing interest. So the first gig like this we did was Bradford. Now, Bradford have asked us back. They've also, I can't really say, but they're going to honour Howard there. They were particularly wanting Howard to come to the first, because it was Sammy's wife's birthday that day. Otherwise, he would have been there. He's going to be there in the new year. Had ones from all around the country, and we want to get into that as soon as we can around that to build on that. But it's also not just to raise funds. It is about raising funds, but to take this out, to get people involved. Bradford was fantastic, wasn't it, Rob? Absolutely great night. It was just rocking. I've never seen the players. So this is Mel, Tony and Gary. I've never seen them as good as they were, as what they said. Like we've talked before, you often hear a lot of the same things, the stories. There's all new stuff. And they really enjoy doing this. And that's what this is about. Us enjoying it, them enjoying it, and the crowd, the fans enjoying it and getting up close and personal.
Yeah. Celebrating that time. It's brilliant.
Absolutely.
What needs to be done. Because that's the thing. I don't think people, obviously Bielsa was quite recent, but, we harp on about Bielsa every single week on our podcast, but, Wilkinson, it felt like it was a bit of a forgotten time. And I must say, this campaign has brought it right back to the forefront. So like you say, it's not just about the statue, but, because there's fans that obviously, didn't live through it. They didn't know it. I missed the promotion. That was before my time. So I feel almost like it, to me, it almost didn't happen. So there'll be, obviously thousands of Leeds fans who didn't probably know a lot about Wilkinson and just thought, well, we got promoted and won the league and then it went wrong. And so much deeper than that. So, very well done to you guys. It's absolutely brilliant what you're doing. Keep up the fantastic work. I wish I was coming to the day event on the 5th.
We don't mind you not being there. Just give us all your money.
Just give us your fucking money. Sorry, that was Bob Geldof. Sorry.
To give all the takings for the next year to the Wilkinson. Thank you so, Rocco. Cheers.
I'll be a speaker. Invite me and I'll come back a day early and I'll be a speaker at the event.
Well, a day early for you is still going to be late though, by the looks of it.
That's true.
I didn't mean it, mate. Sorry.
No, it's quite all right.
No, we like Rocco. Honestly, we love Rocco. Someone's got to go to the bar for us, you see.
Right, on that bombshell, let's call it a day. It's been lovely speaking to you. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem.
Wish you
mate.
all the very best.
And yourself.
Yeah, keep up the good work. And
right back at you, mate. Yeah, sorry.
promoting everything. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm interrupting all the time now, but I've had technical issues. I don't know why. You just cut out a couple of times. Shut up, Dave. Whatever you said. Shut up thinking. Right. Cheers. So I'm going to keep this on so it'll keep uploading, won't it? Is that what you want me to do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't stopped recording yet, Rob.
I'll
He's not
press
as
stop
good
right
as
now.
us.
Just a smooth exit.
Was that just a